Good afternoon and welcome to the Humidor Report. Justin here from Beaumont's very own Cigar Club. Welcome back to the next episode of the Humidor Report. Today we're talking about something that is not new, and it's not even new to us, but it's something we haven't shown a light on here in the Humidor Report as of yet, and that is Texas-based Southern Draw cigars. Yes, Texas-based. This is an Austin-based company, but all the cigars are made down in Esteli, Nicaragua, specifically by AJ Fernandez. It is a combat veteran-owned company. Robert and Sharon Holt, both, I believe Robert was in the Army, and I believe Sharon was in the Navy. But definitely you have Army and Navy owners behind this company. Robert and Sharon have definitely been the figureheads of it. Husband-wife team that have really brought this company up from the ground up. A theme that you'll see amongst the name of their cigars is, for the vast majority of them, they are named after plants. There's also some biblical references in a couple of those too, but we'll kind of talk about that as we go. Now, I believe the company started sometime around 2014, 2015. I believe their first appearance at the PCA trade show was in 2016. They attended the 15 show, but they didn't have a booth set up, and that's kind of what I'm gauging my numbers on. So, Robert, if I missed those dates, sorry about that. But they started off with Kudzu and Firethorn, I believe, were the first two blends that came out from Southern Draw. We do have the Firethorn right here. Wrapper on that one is it's an Ecuadorian-grown Habano Rosado wrapper on that, and that's where they started the theme of plant names, both Kudzu and Firethorn being plants. After that, they moved into, I guess, kind of their next phase, which is where we saw Rose of Sharon, named for Robert's wife, Sharon Holt, and Jacob's Ladder, named for their son. But both are also biblical references, and they're also plants. So they continued that plant theme there. We got into another plant theme here, the Cedrus. This was actually blended for, the guy's name is Hogan. I can't remember his first name, but he was a very close friend of the Holts and an early supporter of the Southern Draw brand. So the Cedrus Hogan was created to honor their good friend, I think, who helped inspire that particular blend. And then we have the Quick Draws. That's where we get away from the plant names. The Quick Draw is actually a small format, really strong cigar that was kind of meant to be your last cigar of the day. End of the night, you want a little more to smoke, but don't want to dig in for another 6-inch, 6.5-inch Toro. Well, the Quick Draw is something good and powerful to wrap up the night. That was the concept behind that one. Now, as far as wrappers go, we did say we got an Ecuadorian Habano Rosado wrapper here. We have Ecuadorian Connecticut on the Rose of Sharon and the Desert Rose. The Desert Rose is actually a more limited Vitola in the Rose of Sharon line. It's got, I believe it's a richer, higher priming Ecuadorian-grown Connecticut wrapper, and it's a slightly stronger version of the blend. So the Desert Rose does have a bit more oomph to it, if you will, than this Rose of Sharon here. But Ecuadorian Connecticut on both of those. When it comes to the Quick Draws, we do have Pennsylvania Broadleaf, we have Ecuadorian Connecticut, we have Ecuadorian Habano. On the Cedrus, we have a Sumatra wrapper, and over here on, I don't know if I said Connecticut or Pennsylvania Broadleaf. It's a Pennsylvania Broadleaf on the Quick Draw and a Pennsylvania Broadleaf on the Jacob's Ladder as well. Now, there are a few more offerings from these guys that we don't have at the moment, but we do hope to have eventually. Manzanita is one of the newer blends from them. That's Spanish for apple, if you're not aware, also sticking with the tree plant kind of theme. And there's also the Ignite series, which is part of the fundraisers they do. Being a combat veterans themselves, they're big supporters of Cigar for Warriors and other military-related cigar organizations, so the Ignite series definitely puts a lot of its funding towards that. And they do have their bundled series, which is called 300 Hands or 300 Manos, depending on which wrapper. I believe it's a Habano and another broadleaf wrapper on that one as well. But again, Texas-based company based out of Austin, but everything is made by AJ Fernandez. If you should be familiar with that name by now, he's one of the darling blenders, if not the darling boutique blender of the industry now. He's the guy behind the Aging Room Nicaragua that took Cigar of the Year, Romeo Julieta Reserva Real Nicaragua, the Monte Cristo 1935, the Monte Cristo Nicaragua, and then and Diesels, and even that's even not getting to AJ's portfolio, Bellas Artes, New World, so on and so forth. So AJ's got tons of stuff out there, almost always all Nicaraguan, lots of spice, lots of that aggressive, I guess, flavor and nicotine that you'd expect out of Nicaraguan tobacco. I've always said AJ is one of of those blenders that you can kind of taste. He does have a pretty signature taste to his products, so even blindfolded, you can smoke something to go, you know, that tastes a lot like AJ. But AJ's been behind all of this. The Holt's teamed up with them from the jump to make Southern Draw. We've had it here before, just got a fresh shipment in, had it on the table, figured it would be a good time to introduce those of you who weren't familiar to Southern Draw. Tell you a little bit about them, let you know that we've got them here on the table, ready for you to come check out yourself and find out what's happening with Southern Draw and all of the good stuff that's coming out of the AJ Fernandez factory down in Esteli. So that's going to wrap us up for this edition of the Humidor Report. Remember to like, subscribe, share this video with your friends who you think might be interested, and make sure you turn on those notifications so as soon as a new video comes up, you'll know what's hip and happening here at Cigar Club Southeast Texas. And for this week's edition of the Humidor Report, I'm Justin. We'll see you at the club.